Aria, my name is Frank Robert Kibagendi.
Yes, Frank or Franklin?
Frankie.
Frankie.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm an intersex person. I'm a leader for this community, the intersex community. I'm also a programs officer, Chinsi Yangu. I lead programs in Chinsi Yangu for intersex persons. And also I'm an executive director for Intersex Kenyan Education and Advocacy. Yeah.
All right. I know there was the census that was conducted. Do you know the number? I think I have an idea of the number of intersex persons in the country. And maybe those ones are the ones that were actually just registered. Perhaps there are others that have not come out to speak. Perhaps there are others that, when the census is being conducted, they probably do not even want to show up because of obvious reasons. Do you have the number of people that we have in the country that are intersex persons?
For sure, through the general census, the intersex persons which were recorded during 2019 general census is 1,524. But as you know, for the longest time, we term intersex persons as a curse, as a bad omen, to that extent that nobody can be able to come out clearly to say that I have an intersex child or I'm an intersex person. So because of security issues, because of the culture, because of religion in our communities, majority of the intersex persons were not able to come out so that to be recorded. But as I know, we have more than 800,000 to 2 million intersex persons in Kenya. Yeah.
And perhaps people do not really understand. I hope this would be too sensitive to ask. Just define that. What does it look like? I mean, for people to understand, what are we exactly talking about without having to go to the books to read and understand what an intersex person, really is. Maybe there are people who are, and they have no idea what exactly is going on with their lives.
When we talk about intersex children, that means that child who has been born that immediate time, immediately. And when we look, normally what we do, we just open the legs of that child to see what this child has. And because of that, it's not clear if it is a boy or a girl.
Okay.
That's the person we are talking about. But when we talk about an older intersex person, that comes, we talk about hormones, we talk about chromosomes, and also the gonads. Because to some extent, some intersex persons, we recognize them all, they know themselves through the gonads. That's the internal system of a reproductive system of a person. So that's the person we term as an intersex person. It's not clear.
I am tempted to tell you to speak in Swahili.
Yes.
Vizuri. How did you become aware of your intersex variation as an individual? And just what has the journey been like? Perhaps maybe at a younger age, your parents realized that, well, he's si kawaida. But then growing up, and you say that there's a huge difference between these two spaces, because then at this point you look at the hormones and the emotions and so much. So just how was yours?
Mine, when I was born, because I was an intersex person, with the anatomy, all the sexual parts zilikuwa zinaonekana ni kama tofauti. It's not clear mtoto wa kike kama wa kiume. So silikuwa hapo mchanganyiko, that's hiyo ndio tunaita intersex. And because of that, kitu yenye wazazi wangu walifanya, they did a surgery, that's intersex genital mutilation. The mutilation normally wazazi wetu wanafanya because hawakuwa na ufahamu. They never knew kuwa kuna huyu mtoto wa tatu anaitwa intersex. So because of that, ndio maana wakanipatia jina Francisca Kwamboka Kibagendi.
You were a baby girl.
Yes.
To them.
No.
Or perhaps they
because of the
opted for that.
Yes. They opted for that. Yes.
So
because of that, then now at puberty, majority of us intersex persons, tunaonekana vizuri who we are at puberty. Yani anybody, not necessarily intersex person, but kila mtu at puberty ndio atasema huyu ni mtoto wa kike, huyu ni mtoto wa
yes.
So at puberty, and then Nikito Francisca Kwamboka Kibagendi, and then I was like, now this is supposed to be a baby girl, but now when it comes to changes, I've started changing the second characteristics of a person now. It's coming out now. It's no longer Kwamboka. It's Frankie Robert.
It's more of a man than a woman. Hold it right there. Kibagendi will come to you. And we want to engage Wakili as well as engage Milka. Quite, a delicate situation, I can imagine. As a mother, you are now trying to decide, what do you do? But then again, this person grows up to a point where they feel like they're more of a man than a woman. if we're going to talk about human rights, do you suppose there was some element of, a fact where his rights were overlooked now that he gets to this point and he decides otherwise and wants to be more of a man? Yet at this very point, perhaps what is conspicuous at this point is what the parents left with during the surgery moment as a woman.
Yeah.